Able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Let's do a quick recap about the previous session. So what we were discussing in the last class. Last class we were discussing about why operator overloading is not possible in Java. So this was a discussion in the previous class. So let us give you a quick walkthrough. So see, so we have methods. Okay, what is overloading? Overloading is a concept in polymorphism. So if you have two methods with the same name, for example, so this is the exact example. See, you have a method name called sub method. You have a method name called add method. And if you see, these two methods are different in nature. How they are different in nature? Because they are possessing different names. The name of this method is different and name of this method is different. So this will not come under the overloading concept. The second example. Now if you see here, there are two methods with same name. So name of the first method is sub, name of the second method is sub. Okay, at the same time, they should have different parameters, different number of parameters or different number of arguments. In this case, both have the same number of arguments. Again, they don't come under the concept of overloading. Then what exactly is overloading? Overloading is nothing but when you have two methods. So let me take an example. If you have methods like the name of the first method is, let us say that addition. Okay, void addition. Okay, and this addition method has two parameters, something like integer I comma integer j. Okay, and the name of the second method is also the addition method, but if you observe the parameters, the number of parameters are going to be different, right? Here you have three number of parameters, and in this case you have two number of parameters. So what does the overloading says? Overloading says when you have a method with same name, addition, names are same, with different number of parameters. Here you have two parameters or two arguments, here you have three arguments. So you can call these two methods are called as overloaded methods. We know what is overloaded method. So we are talking about what? Overloading operator overloading. So method overloading we have understood, but what is operator overloading? Operator overloading is just like the method overloading, but here operators come into the picture. What is an example? If you see, there are operators like plus operator or addition operator, minus operator, multiplication operator and division operator. And if you see, these are the operands, the actual numbers. Okay, 100 plus 100. This 100 is one operand and this 100 is another operand. And you are using an operator in between these two numbers, right, to perform arithmetic addition. So this is straightforward answer. You can perform arithmetic addition by using two numbers or two operands by using the plus operator, right? But in C and C++, this arithmetic addition, you can change the functionality of the plus operator. So you can change internally, you can give instructions by using C and C++ programming language to change the functionality of the plus operator. If you want to do the arithmetic addition, 100 plus 10 is going to become 110. But internally, you can write a code in such a way that the actual functionality of the plus operator can be changed to subtraction. Can be changed to what? Can be changed to perform the subtraction. You are changing the functionality, right? What you are changing? You are changing the functionality of the operator. If you have powers to change the functionality of the operator, that concept is called as what? Operator overloading. Okay, and the moment you change the functionality, now if you do 100 plus 10, it becomes 90. Why 90? Because here the plus is acting as arithmetic subtraction. Why it is acting as subtraction? C and C++ is giving you an option to change the functionality of the operator. That concept is called as what? Operator overloading. It looks like it is arithmetic addition, but it is not addition. Since you have changed the functionality, or I can say that since you are able to change the functionality of the plus operator, that concept is called as what? Operator overloading. Okay, sir. So C and C++ allows operator overloading. Why Java is not allowing operator overloading? Now we know what is operator overloading. If you declare an operator with more than one operation or functionality, then the operator is called as what? Operator overloaded operator. and the purpose is called as operator overloading. Why Java is not allowing? To understand that, if you see that this is the Java code, there is an integer a equal to 10, integer b equal to 20, right? And you are declaring a third variable, integer c equal to a plus b, right? So this is how the memory gets allocated: a 10, b 20, and the the c is going to be 30. The moment you try to print the reference variable or the variable of c, you get 30. This is very straightforward. Okay, here the plus operator is performing arithmetic addition. What if you try to do this? These are the examples. What if you try to do the things? So if you are using plus operator, right, Java will check, okay, what is the value on its right hand side and left hand side, and what is the value on its right. Okay, if both are numbers, Java performs and arithmetic addition. Okay, now look at the second example. If both are strings, okay, if you try to perform the addition by using two string literals like Java plus Java, when you say Java plus Java, mathematically it is not possible. Mathematically, you cannot, I mean, you can perform using algebra, but in Java, if you do like this, okay, the Java will think that, the JVM will think that the programmer has used the string literal on the left hand side as well as another string literal on the right hand side. So if both are, if at least one of the operands are string, it performs concatenation, not addition. Okay, Java plus Java becomes Java Java. This is going to be the output. How does Java knows to give this as an output? Okay, it will check the operands, okay, left hand side as well as the right hand side. If at least one of the operands is a word or English word, or you can in Java all usually call it a string, okay, it performs concatenation. So even in Java, the plus operator is going to act in two different ways. What is the first way? If both are numbers, perform arithmetic addition. If at least one of the operands is a string, perform concatenation. Okay. After saying this, if I ask you, then you are saying, see, now you see the third example, one of the operand is a number and the second operand is a string. But at least one of the operand is a string, it performs concatenation, means attaching both the values. 100 plus Balaji becomes 100 Balaji. It is going to be the complete string, right? If you do this in Java, okay, system plus, I mean, Java plus Java gives Java Java, right? 10 plus 10 gives 20, right? And after seeing this, you can see, you as a programmer, if you want to design the operator overloading, it is not possible. Java is not giving you an option to do the operator overloading because it is very rarely used in future in application development. It is a bit confusion oriented topic, but internally only for this plus operator you can perform arithmetic addition or you can perform the concatenation based upon the inputs that you are giving. So this is what the discussion so far in the exercise class, and now we have understood why operator overloading is not possible in Java. If that is the interview question, this should be the direct answer. What is the answer? You as a programmer, if you want to design operator overloading, it is not possible. Why it is not possible? It is, you can answer these two things. It is very rarely used in future in application development. It is a bit confusion oriented topic because Java is a simple programming language. At the time of developing the programming language, they want to eliminate all these confusion oriented topics. That's why they did not enable the operator overloading concept to the programmers. Internally, it is available only for the plus operator. Okay, if you have any confusion on this topic, you can watch my previous video. Then there will be no confusion. Today the topic is the last difference that we are going to see today. Not last difference, there are two more differences. Then we can start jumping into the program. So what is the today's class? The discussion about today's class is why destructors are not there in CN, I mean, are not there in Java, but is available in C++ programming language. This is also one of the very popular interview questions. So we need to, in order to understand destructors, we must understand what is a constructor. Okay. Let me go back to the parent screen for the better understanding. Yes. Okay, what is the question? Why destructors are available in C++ but not in Java? So to understand this topic, we must understand what are destructors. To understand what are destructors, first of all, we need to understand what is a constructor. First of all, we must develop our understanding on the constructor topic. What is a constructor? Very simple. Theoretically, you can say constructing an object is called as what? Constructor. What does it mean? Constructing an object. You can call a constructor. If you want to construct an object, okay, you want to use what? You want to use a constructor. Constructor is nothing but constructing an object. Okay, so in Java or in any computer programming language, you can call it like, it is called as memory allocation. Memory allocation. So when you want to allocate some memory, you need to use what? You need to use constructors. Okay, behind the scenes, okay, every time, even whatever the computer that you use, if you use Lenovo, or if you use what we call it as MacBook, or if you use Unix operating system, I mean, I'm talking about the companies, whatever the laptop that you use, HP, or if you use Intel. Okay, so in the RAM area, the memory concept is going to be same for each and every machine. Okay, so there will be an area called RAM area. So let us imagine that this is the RAM. Okay, random access memory. Let's imagine that this is RAM. The RAM is going to have a lot of memory blocks. Okay, so constructor, even in Java or in C++, okay, if you want to allocate some memory, even it could be in Java or it could be in C++, or any programming language. If you want to allocate some memory, you should use constructor in the programming language. So this is the programming level concept. So when you start using constructors, it is like memory gets allocated. Any random memory is going to get allocated. You cannot decide which block of memory will be allocated. Any random memory going to get allocated. So this is the concept of constructor. Right? That's why it is called as what? It is called as what? Memory allocation. Okay. Now what is destructor? Now the question is, what is destructor? So constructor means creating or constructing an object, or allocating a memory. Destructor means what? Destroying the object. Destroying the object. Destroying the object, or we can call it as what? It is programmatically, it is also called as what? Memory deallocation. Memory deallocation. Okay, constructor does the memory allocation in the RAM area. Destructor, what it does, what it usually do, it is going to do what? It is going to deallocate the already allocated memory. The memory was allocated previously, right? That memory is going to get destroyed. That memory is going to get destroyed, or you can say that those memory areas would be what? Would be freed up. Would be freed up. Freed up. I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, those memory areas would be freed up. Again, it is going to be what? The memory area will be empty. Constructor is going to do what? Constructor will allocate memory. Destructor will deallocate memory. Now we have, I hope you have understood something. But the question here is, one minute. Destructor, destroying an object. Okay, it is called as memory deallocation. Okay, now destructors are available in C++ but not in Java. Okay, I want you to understand this with this small example, guys. For example, I hope everyone have done their college. I mean, you are visiting your college. Let us imagine that you are a student, okay, and you are part of the ABC college. What is the name of the college? You are part of ABC college, and this is your college entrance. Okay, just for an imagination, I am drawing this. Okay, welcome. This is your college, and this is your college entrance. So what you really want to do? Okay, in every college, there will be a period, separate period called the lunch period or the lunch break. So lunch break. Okay. Lunch break is part of each and every college. Okay, there will be lunch break, right? So you are studying in ABC college and you are part of ABC college, okay, and every day you experience the lunch break. You need to, like, there will be many periods and lunch break is one among them. Okay? What your college rule says, what your college rule says, after consuming your lunch, okay, you will be consuming your lunch in the benches, right? In your own desks or in your own table or in your own benches. What your college says, it says you can consume your lunch in the classroom itself, but make sure that you clean the food that is getting spilled over. It is asking you to what? Do what? Make sure that you clean the food that gets spilled over. Rule number one. Okay, if not, the rule number two says, please make sure you collect all the garbage that gets generated when you complete your lunch. So you eat lunch, okay, and you enjoy your lunch, but while enjoying the lunch, the problem here is that the area will remain unhygienic. So the moment you start eating, some people they eat well with manners. Some people they don't do the same thing with manners. Okay? They eat and the here and there will be spillover. Okay, so food will be falling here and there. Okay, so many things happen. Yes or no? A lot of things happen. Okay, so the moment they start after they completing lunch, they make the place very unhygienic, and everywhere in every surrounding there will be a lot of lunch garbage, right? So what the what college rule says, ABC college says, okay, while if you do lunch, make sure that you clean the food that gets spilled over. Make sure that you collect all the garbage that gets generated when you complete your lunch. This is ABC college. And there is another college, there is another popular college next to your college, a very competitive college, but this time the name of this college is XYZ, the XYZ college. Okay, there is a different rule book for XYZ college. Okay, what does the XYZ college says? XYZ college says we have different rules during the lunch break. We have what? We have different rules during the lunch break. What are the rules that they have? Okay, you just complete your eating. You eat nicely, you do whatever you want, and you can eat and you can eat and leave the place. Leave the place. The premises will be cleaned by the cleaning staff. The premises will be cleaned by the cleaning staff. Cleaning staff. Okay. They also say no matter how much you eat, you can leave the place. You can leave the class no matter how much the garbage that you generate during the lunch hours. Very simple. Here we are trying to understand the actual analogy. What is analogy? So there are two different colleges. College ABC. College ABC rule book says make sure you clean the food that gets spilled over. Okay, you can eat lunch, but after eating lunch, keep the premises clean. Make sure you collect all the garbage that gets generated when you complete your lunch. This is the rule book of ABC college. But XYZ college says they have different rules. You do not want to worry about the cleaning. You do not want to worry about the garbage generated. We will take care of that. You just eat and go. You just eat and go. So this analogy can be converted to what? This analogy can be converted to C++ programming language. Okay, C++ programming language says when you are creating an object, when the object is created, Okay, when you are creating an object, please make sure that you are destroying the object. Please make sure that the object is getting destroyed. Okay, you can create any number of objects. But at the time of closing the application, please make sure that all the created objects are destroyed. This is the analogy. But what Java says, you can create any number of objects. Okay, but the programmer can create any number of object, but the Java programming language will ensure that these objects are cleared. The memory gets reallocated. This is the only difference. Hope you are able to follow. C++ says if you are creating an object, you are responsible to destroy that object. Okay, memory should be managed effectively by the programmer itself in case of object creation as well as in case of object destruction. But Java is not like that. Java says you can create object. Programmer can create object. Programmer can create object. Programmer can create objects. But Java will take care of its destruction. What happens if the destruction is not taken care properly? So let us go back to this analogy. If you say, yes, I am audible now. If my screen is not visible or if my voice is not audible, please someone try to communicate that to me, because don't stay silent. Sometimes these things happen, technical issues. Are able to understand? Try to be bold enough to inform these things to me. Okay, don't be just like that. I'm explaining something, you should be bold enough to inform that to me if the voice is not audible or if screen is not visible. Is it visible now? Can someone type Jyoti, Ajay?
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Okay, then. If something is not visible, if the things are not going good, try to unmute yourself and talk to me. Okay, don't be just like that. Be bold enough, guys. Okay, what I was saying, that see, if the object, if there is no concept of object destruction, or if there is no concept of destruction, what happens? This is the RAM area, right? You keep creating objects. You do what? You keep creating object. Okay, object gets created every time you run the application. Every time the object gets created, at one point of time there will be the memory will be consumed. Okay, you will run out of the memory. There is no concept of destruction. You will run out of the memory. A C program says if Balaji is creating an object, okay, it's Balaji's responsibility to destroy the object. If Ajay is creating an object, C program says it's Ajay's responsibility to destroy the object. If these things are not balanced properly, the application cannot be used effectively. You may develop an application by using C language. Okay, you may develop an application by using C language. Okay, this is an application or any website you may develop. Okay, and you have to deal with a lot of data. So when you're dealing with a lot of data, the moment the application starts running, okay, lot of objects, lot of memory areas will be consumed, right? Lot of RAM area will be consumed. Let us say that it's going to consume 10 blocks of RAM area. Okay, so when you process this application, okay, each and every line, okay, the behind the scenes there will be memory consumption. Okay, when you run the application for one time, let us say that is consuming 6 or 7 blocks of memory, right? If these things are not destroyed properly, and again if you run the application for the second time, again the next time the 7 blocks of memory will be consumed. Okay, if these objects are not destroyed properly, okay, if you run this application for the third time, again the 7 blocks of memory will be consumed. If you run this application for the fourth time, you run out of the memory. There is no memory. I mean, you will run out of the memory, and there are no new memory blocks where the application can consume to perform its actions. Okay, so it is as important as creating an object is as important as destroying the object. Okay, so C and C++ says It's programmer duty to create an object and to destroy the object. Okay, but Java says creating an object is only the programmer duty, but destroying the object will be taken care by the Java itself. That is the reason why destructors are not there in Java. Are you able to understand the college analogy? Type S in the chat box if you have understood college analogy. Are you able to follow this college analogy? So type S in the chat box. Yes, no. Am I audible, guys? Yeah, okay. Only Lakshmi is answering. Thanks for the confirmation, Lakshmi. Now go back to this. Okay, now we got to know. Now we have got some understanding. Okay, these destructors are available. This C++ has both constructors concept as well as the destructors concept. Okay, this is C++. With C++, you can do what? You can construct an object, and not you can. You have to construct an object, and you have. It's your responsibility to destroy the object. Whereas in Java, only you can construct an object. Then what about the destruction? Object destruction. Who is going to take care of that? The language itself will take care of you. You do not have to stress much about the object destructions. You can only construct the object, but the object destructions can be taken care by the Java programming language itself. Right? That's why constructors are there in Java, destructors are not there in Java. That's why constructors are there in Java and destructors are not there in Java. Only constructors are there. Okay. Let us understand this further with a simple Java program. So let me take a small Java program, and the name of the Java class is, I want to take a student class. Class student. Okay. So my student class is going to have what? My student class is going to have some properties. Okay. So when I say student is going to have a name. Okay. And the student is going to have what? Name and age, right? Okay, let us say that name of the student is ABC. Okay. And student is going to have age. Let us say that age of the student is 24 years old. Okay. Since the name is talking about the string data type, I need to use the string data type. Don't worry about this Java program. So this is an example to understand the constructors and destructors in Java. Why the destructor concept is not there in Java. Okay. Name of the student is ABC, right? And age is representing a number, so it has to be what? In the form of integer. These are the properties, or I can say that these are the data, right? So every class, if you want to run a class, there should be a main method. Click static void. Don't worry about this main method. This is the future topic. I will explain you each and every word that is being represented here. Public, what is static, and what do you mean by void, and what is main. Everything will be explained clearly in the future classes. Okay? For now, let us understand the basic control flow. This is a simple program. Okay? So this is talking about the name of the class, and you have two properties. You can call this as instance variables, or you can combinedly call these variables as properties. Right? And there is a main method. So main method is, the prototype of the main method is just like this. You can think like the execution starts from the main method. Whatever you give in the main method, okay, the execution will be starting from the main method. All the lines that you are giving inside the main method will get executed. Think like that. Okay. So now I want to create an object. I want to construct an object. Focus here, guys. So this is my simple Java program. Let us assume that I am using a computer. I am using my computer. My computer is what? This is my computer. I am using the Lenovo laptop, okay, and my Windows operating system. In my computer, I have written this code in the notepad. Okay. I want to save this code because the program has been written in the notepad. I want to represent this code as a Java code. When I want to represent my code as a Java code, I want to store this, I want to save this code in a specific extension. Okay, the extension is always .java. What is the extension? Extension should be always .java. Why .java? Because .java says the particular content in this file is a Java code. Okay, the computer will understand. Okay, the Balaji is trying to save this code with .java extension. What does it mean? Okay, this is the property of Java language. Right? Extension should be .java. What is the name of the file? Name of the file should be what? It should be same as the class name. Always remember, name of the class is student. You need to save this particular file with .java extension, and you need to give a name. Name should be same as the class name. I will tell you why it should be same as the class name in the future topic. For now, I am saving this as what? Student.java. Okay, good. So far so good. After doing all this, I need to perform what? I need to perform the compilation. To perform the compilation, I should have what? I should have a compiler. Compiler will take care of the compilation, right? So the job of the compiler is to check, okay, once you activate the compiler, okay, compiler will check each and every line of code. Each and every line of code will be checked, right? And it is going to do what? It is going to convert this .java file to .class file. Before understanding that, I want to create an object for this. To create an object, so let me give you the syntax, okay? So don't worry about the syntax and all. Syntax is just like you know, in class name, this is object creation process. Class name space any user defined variable name, any variable name equal to, you are supposed to use a keyword called new keyword. New means object creation, new class name. Okay, just convert this new class name and opening and closing brackets, simple opening and closing brackets. Then you would end up in giving the semicolon, right? So what this line is a syntax to create the object. Don't worry about the object creation. To understand destructors, I'm explaining it to you. Syntax, let us replace this syntax with the actual code. Let us replace the syntax with the actual things. Okay, what is the name of the class? What is the class name? Student. Okay, student. What is a variable name? Variable name can be anything. You can give any name, any meaningful name. Let me take, since you are creating an object, I am taking it as object equal to, okay, new is the keyword, so I am going to use the same new here. Okay, followed by again class name. What is a class name? Student. Student, opening and closing. Okay. This line is specifically representing what? This line is specifically representing the object creation. Specifically representing what? Specifically representing the object creation. The object has been created. Okay. After doing all this, I am trying to perform the activate the compiler. The job of the compiler is to check each and every single line. Okay, each and every line will be checked by this compiler. If the compiler finds that the program is error free or the program has no errors, okay, it is going to generate a file called a .class file will be generated. Okay, a new file is going to get generated, and name of this file is going to be what? Student.class. Okay, student.java has become student.class. Student.java has become student.class after the compilation. Okay, this .class file will ensure that this .class file is taken care by the JVM. So this is what JVM. JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Machine. There is a concept called JVM. Okay. This JVM is going to accept the .class file and starts the execution. This .class file will be accepted by the JVM. Okay, it will be accepted by the JVM. Okay. And JVM will create a main thread. Okay, there is a thread called main thread. Thread is not like the English thread. Thread is something like a kind of control flow. A kind of control flow. You call what? You call main thread. Okay, let me keep it as empty. Okay, once a main thread is created, okay, main thread will try to get access to the main method. Okay, thread is very clever. This main thread will try to get access to the main method. Okay, it will try to find where is the main method. It keeps finding the main method. Okay, as soon as it finds the main method, it will start executing all the instructions inside the main method. Okay, what has just happened? Compilation done. Compilation is going to produce .class file, right? And .class file will be sent to JVM. Okay, JVM will do what? JVM will create the main thread. Okay, this main thread will try to find the main method or get access to the main method. So this is the main method. This complete thing is the main method, isn't it? Okay, all the instructions inside the main method will get executed. The first instruction will be skipped because this is just the command section. For our understanding, I have written this. Any instruction that is getting started with the double forward slashes will get executed, will not get executed because they are part of command section. We will see that in the future. There is only one instruction that needs to get executed. What is that one instruction? Student object equal to new student. This instruction will ensure that an object is getting created inside the JVM. Inside the JVM, an object will be created or memory gets allocated. Let me increase the size. Just imagine like this. This is what is. I'm just expanding this. Okay. Object is going to get recreated because of the new keyword, right? As soon as the object is created, this object is going to have the properties. Okay, basically how many properties are there inside the student class? If you see, there are two properties. One is the name property and second one is age property. Okay. This object is going to hold the name, which is ABC, and it is also going to hold the age, is what, 24. Let us say that these two combinations of data is going to do what? It is going to consume 10 bytes of memory. 10 bytes of memory in the RAM. Right? What has just happened? Because of this line, because of this new keyword, an object is going to get created in the JVM. Okay? Inside this object, what are the values it is going to occupy? What are the values it is going to have? Okay, the properties, okay, name property and age property. This name and age property values will be occupied inside this object space. What is the reference variable of this object? Object itself is the reference variable because then the reference variable is what? Object. Object itself the reference. Okay. If you want to imagine this further, okay, inside the RAM area, let us imagine that this is RAM. Okay, there will be many lakhs or billions of memory blocks that will be there inside the RAM. For the simplicity, I'm just taking few set of blocks for our understanding. Right? I'm taking few set of blocks. Okay. These are the memory blocks. Let us say that our object is consuming 10 bytes of memory. Our object is consuming how many bytes of memory? 10 bytes of memory. Let us also assume that each and every block is of 5 byte size. Okay, our object 10 bytes means 2 blocks of memory will be consumed. This object creation. So far so good. This is what will happen. Okay, the main thread will find, will come to the end and there are no more instructions. Then what happens? This main thread will go back to its place. Okay, and the main thread will be destroyed. Destroyed means main thread will be what we call it as it will be passed away, or let us say that it is dead. It's going to be in the dead state. But before dying, before falling into the dead state, this main thread will ensure that the created object, not main thread, the JVM will ensure that the object that is already created will get destroyed. Okay, so after this destruction, inside the RAM, the memory spaces is going to be what? Memory spaces is going to be cleared. It will go back to the original state. Okay, if I ask you question, here who is creating object? Yes, here who is creating object? Here the programmer is creating object. The job of the programmer is to create object. He has created the object. So this is the place where the object has been created. Yes or no? Programmer has created this object. Right? And who is destroying this object? Okay, JVM is destroying this object. Because if JVM is not destroying this object, what happens if you run this application for the first time, 2 blocks of memory got consumed. Okay, and if the JVM is not at all thinking about the object destruction, okay, and if you run this application for the second time, again the main thread will be created, main thread will get access to the main method, and again it is going to consume 10 bytes of memory. If the application is getting run for the third time, okay, again 10 bytes of memory. Like that, it is going to keep consuming the 10 bytes of memory, 10 bytes of memory, 10 bytes of memory, as long as the application is getting run for consecutive number of times. Okay, at one point of time, everywhere, okay, there will be what? OOM is out of memory. Okay, and your system will be corrupted and it will say there is no memory to run, so there is out of memory. Okay, why the out of memory situation has arisen? Because nothing is destroying the object. To avoid the situation, Java itself is taking care of object destruction. Java language is designed in such a way that there is a concept called JVM inside. This JVM is very clever enough to destroy the object when the application is shut down. The application is about to get shut down, it is going to destroy what? It is going to destroy the object. Okay, and when you run this application for the second time, again the same process, compilation, and the .class file will be generated, right? And main thread will be created, it gets access to the main method, object gets created. Okay, as soon as the main thread starts completing its execution, all the instructions inside the main method, okay, the main thread will die. Before dying, the JVM will ensure that the object is getting destroyed. This destruction concept is taken care by what? This destruction is being taken care by which one? By JVM, not the programmer. Here programmer is creating an object. Programmer is creating an object, but JVM is destroying the object. That is why the destructors are not there in Java programming language, because it's not programmer's responsibility to destroy the object. It's the Java responsibility, or it's a JVM responsibility to destroy the object. That's the reason why destructors concept is not there in Java. If this question is asked in the interview room, you can answer this directly, right? What you can answer? So this is what the answer should be. Okay, let me go back. Why destructors are not there in Java but in C++? Okay, the answer should be very simple. You should keep the answer very simple. In Java, the concept of the garbage collector. Garbage collector means the unused object. Garbage collector automatically deletes the unused objects or the objects that are executed completely to free up the memory space, to free up the memory. If the Java is not freeing up the memory, there will be no more memory. You can it keeps showing you up the out of memory error. As a developer, we as a developers don't have to worry about the memory deallocation, right? We as a developers don't have to worry about the memory deallocation. Then who will take care of memory deallocation? The Java itself will take care of memory deallocation. Okay, this is why. This is why the concept of destructors are not there in Java. Very simple. If you get this interview question, so this should be the answer. In Java, the garbage collector automatically, the garbage collector means It's a thread that is going to be activated as soon as the program is going to get shut down. Okay, we will understand this a lot in the future classes, but for this interview question, so this is the answer. To understand this interview question, this is the typical explanation. Right? You can remember this ABC college and XYZ college, right? So C++ is like ABC college, and in the ABC college, the college management will not take care of the the generated garbage. Only students' responsibility to clean the spilled over food and clear the generated garbage. But in XYZ college, it is just like Java. Okay, so it's college responsibility to clean the premises once after the lunch period is completed. You can just leave the place just like that. The next day, the premises will be cleaned completely. Who is going to take care of that? The management itself. So this analogy can be applied to Java, right? And if you talk about the RAM area, if there is no concept of destructors, this RAM area is going to get piled up with a lot of storage things or storage related data, which is going to run out of memory. So that's why C is the typically the first first advanced programming language. So they have the concept of destructors. So, and it is little bit kind of trouble for the programmers, because programmers should not forget to deallocate the memories. But in Java, it is not like that. The memory deallocation happens automatically. That's why Java is always called as what the simple programming language, because you do not have to worry about this memory allocation things. That's why Java is very famous, and this is one of the reasons why Java is very famous, because the destructors topic concept is not there, right? I hope the